What's gonna happen next?
Who knows?
12:14 p.m. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive. Inside your heart. Wow, that's really cheesy, man. Come on.
Stupid.
Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. How was the other court trial in the other room? Is it true that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But was he on Lord D. Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atmey want to kill King Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. We need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Yeah, we are making an accusation with no proof. But look how filled our courtroom is now. Yeah.
Wow.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look Atmey, please take the stand. From one courtroom to another. Well, how do you do, sir lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand out your verdict just yet. Not when they would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master the Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Look at Me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defense here all day long, correct? Being tried as Master the Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master the Mask? Of course. Very well then, Look at me. Let's begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., King Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atmey. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Alright. I was stealing the urn as Master the Mask just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master the Mask was the same time as the murder.
What if it is as simple as his nose is too big for the mask?
It'll be funny. It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great...
Either the paint or the nose.
Even the great Master the Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atmey, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know he's a fool. Hey, you're not the right character for this line. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Alright, let's get him. Now stealing the urn is master of the match, like an announcer would. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called Master the Mask. But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Huh. Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atmey? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Master the Mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Do we have any proof of that?
I don't think there was any accomplice. I think that was just regular mess. That was just regular Ron, because he said he had lost the urn. Anyway.
Look at that photo again. Hey, you don't think there was an accomplice?
Wait, did that box look like it had paint on it? It's kind of hard to tell.
It doesn't look like it has any paint on it from what I can see. Let's look at the box.
Oh, Ron could have been the unintentional accomplice.
Yeah. This box has paint all over it, and there's no paint on that box. So, it's a little sus. Yeah, there's no paint on it.
And he had access to the camera, and it's almost 1 a.m. on that. He went there early. No.
Had an accomplice. What if he was the one that did the blackmail letter?
I'm pretty sure he is the one that did the blackmail letters, because he probably found out right away that Ron was Master the Mask.
Yeah, so to answer the question, I mean he doesn't have an accomplice, right? Because I don't think that blackmail counts as an accomplice. I don't think it does.
Yeah. Being forced to be an accomplice.
So, name the accomplice. You're saying that we're saying
give
that.
Give it a try. Yeah, give it a try. And name Ron.
If Luke Atmey was at KB security during the murder. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. If he was there, then he needed somebody to be over in the other area. Then the Master of the Mask in this picture has to be a fake. Exactly. You had an accomplice. Now remember, you said that, Mr. Wright, because there's no going back. If you're making baseless claims, I'll treat you to a penalty myself. That penalty is probably boiling hot, too. So who is it, Mr. Wright? Who is the accomplice? Boy,
only 1 star of damage. It was Master the Mask. No.
I got no idea who it could be.
I'm thinking it was Ron through blackmail.
But Ron would have been at the KB security place too.
On his way. No.
No, remember? The picture and the crime happened around the same time. So if Ron was over there, he can't be back stealing the urn. So who the hell is it?
Gonna end up being his wife.
You know, I'm thinking that too, but I don't have any proof that's his wife. Like, you don't have any proof about that.
But it could be shocking.
It could be shocking, you're right.
Unless his boss was in on it. No.
No, his boss.
Wait, look at the picture again.
What picture?
The trial picture.
Trial picture? The security camera?
Security camera, yeah. It's missing the brooch.
But we established that the brooch was
torn off.
By something. We still don't know exactly by what. The box is also not covered with paint, even though there's paint spilled on the side, so that's a little weird. Who would the accomplice be? Because we know it can't be Ron, can't be Luke, can't be the dead guy. Yeah, it's starting to sound like it's his wife, but I mean, I guess it could technically also be Adrian.
It could. She depends on people. And no, she didn't.
I mean, it totally could be Adrian. Because she was in charge of the whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't... that's a 50-50 between these two. Who is the account? Let's look at our clues again. Take that red diamond you received the other day instead. What if this letter wasn't for Ron, but it was for his wife?
You want your true identity revealed to the world. I mean, do you think it could be Ron completely covering for his wife instead?
That could be a theory, yes. You don't want your true identity revealed to the world. Come to KBC. Because, like, that last sentence makes a lot more sense if it was intended for Ron's wife, right?
Right. Wait, if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received instead.
Okay, so think about it like this, right? Let's say that this letter was for Ron's wife. So she has an identity that we don't know about, but she's being blackmailed to show up here, okay? And the last sentence says, if you don't show up, I'll take that red diamond you received that instead. And Luke does have the red diamond, meaning the person that received this letter never showed up, correct?
If you don't, I'll do that. Yeah, I guess on October 12th and bring... I mean, it's...
Because it says, if you don't show up, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. And because he does have the red diamond, it means the person he gave it to logically didn't show up. Otherwise, he would have gave it back. And if it was, if this letter was addressed to Ron, wouldn't Ron have gotten that diamond back? Because he showed up?
Yes.
So, assuming that this letter was for his wife, it makes more sense, doesn't it? Thinking long and hard about this one, huh?
I don't know. I mean, it's only 1 pip of damage, too.
Yeah.
Unless, is there a way to back out?
No, but I think we should try the wife, though.
So, who was the accomplice?
Broken, repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. I think it's his wife. Because I'm debating between her or Adrian that did it, right?
Yeah.
But if Adrian did it, if Adrian was the one that did it, she would have taken the correct box. Because it's clearly not the correct box. You know?
Right.
If Adrian did it, she would know which box it is that has the urn, if she was really trying to steal it. So the fact that this box has no paint on it, I feel like if Adrian was the thief, she would have known which is the correct box. Whereas, assuming that it's his wife, that's Ron's wife, she wouldn't know which one is the correct box, so she might have just taken one, you know?
Right. Well, let's give it a try then.
Yeah. It is so in the dark, shot in the dark. I have no idea if he's right.
I'm thinking it might not even be an accomplice.
Be anyone? You don't think it's anyone? But then who's the person that showed up?
I mean,
who got caught on camera? You know?
I don't know. All right, give it a try.
I have no idea.
No, the music's still going.
It's quite the prank you're trying to pull. -1 HP.
Right.
Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice? Not really.
No.
Well. The aura that this person has around them is. If you're going to judge someone by their aura, you're right up there as number one suspect, Mr. Wright. Ow! Jump the gun on that one. I am more than enough time to
okay. So we're alright, so I don't think there's an accomplice to press.
I don't either, but then that brings up the question of who's that random person, you know?
I think we gotta get more on that paint.
Yeah. Once in the urn, just like an outside would. More than enough time to prepare. It was a particularly easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. And that's right. That was only 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lori Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see, you truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atmey was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lori Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness.
That could work, yeah.
So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime? When you think about it, it's really odd. He said that almost as if he had this picture taken on purpose. He was simply caught by the very camera that he has set up. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turns out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. Looks like I better gather more information for now. If it's true the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. Shane, I'm starting to think that the nose might actually be the answer.
You can either try the nose or the paint, so I think we could probably present the photo.
Yeah. Oh, let's press this last one, right?
Yeah.
Time in which the camera captured Master Miles St. as a murder. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now, it's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on this photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lori Taylor, and And on top of that, it was Lordy Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I better find something else that could be suspicious. So, this alibi is false? It has to be.
It doesn't show the date, right? It could have just been another night and he dressed up as that and set it up.
True. It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Buller at KV Security. But, not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the mask of the mask in this photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Yeah, I think your theory's right. Let's look at that photo. Was there a date? There was no date, Shane. You are correct.
Would have been set up.
Set up for sure.
And the statue's not there either.
Oh, right. I can't believe it really took us that long to realize that. I didn't even think about the statue. Okay.
It was probably moved after the paint spill and...
Moved after the paint spill, so this picture was taken after that happened. Curious. Wait. Was that... Did that all happen before the crime, right?
The paint, yes.
Okay.
Because Andrews fixed the jar.
Okay.
And then later, after that, it got a bunch of paint on it because she said, I didn't see all that paint before.
Wonder not to be my witness.
Unless that all happened. Never mind.
The time in which the camera captured was the same time as the murder. That sounds like the statement to use this on. I think your theory's right. There's no date on the photo. They only had the time, right? So you could have taken a different time.
Yeah, he knew how the camera worked, so he could have just took a photo.
Alright, let's do it.
And he possibly already had the planned out.
The witness statement is clear as faulty, Your Honor.
No, the music's still going.
We got the wrong one. Okay. Got it. So it was the wrong statement then.
I think it's suppressing a statement rather than...
Oh, okay. So let's press this one then, right? Time in which the camera was saved the murder. That's something we should press. Come out the camera. You thinking that it's photographed? Wait, did we even have a dialogue option?
No,
okay.
It might be a different one.
Okay, it's okay. We don't lose anything for it.
Other than the pressing or the accomplice thing. Is there another one that kind of...
This one, we can press this one.
Yeah.
See. Photograph.
Oh.
Think long about that night, that basement warehouse, and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? And you bet there is. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well then, let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? Statue, right?
Yeah, the paint area.
Over here.
Yeah.
Like that. The funny part is right here. Why, there's a blood stain. That's right.
Danganronpa blood.
Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This thing is actually pink paint. Oh, it's just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, this child sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Hey. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
The statue.
Well. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, the golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain train hall. I realized that statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Huh. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind, you moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
Look at me.
Look at me. The one who moved the statue is none other than... Look at me. Come now, said lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue is where a battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretend to be Master the Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordy Taylor's that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw.
A lack of a date.
If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? Where, Shane? Where?
I already told you.
What'd you say?
Timestamp. Doesn't show the date.
Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp by Shane. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be on Lordy Taylor at this time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah. So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atmey had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Ah! Order! Mr. Atmey, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lord Taylor staff. However, the program used to mask that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during our trial. Which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. Getting real philosophical up in here. I think this guy has points mixed up with his other points.
Points don't matter if you can draw a line.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied. Which is? My 12th cup. That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. I've learned a lot of wisdom today. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes. If there's no funny business in your actions at Master Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. Alright. I first received a request from Lordy Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zavari, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my car 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held their urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. Pretty much all stuff we said here, isn't it? Yeah, but we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information you gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I think this is where the paint comes in. Okay. First received a request from Lord Taylor about 20 days ago. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed. It seemed like they have heard of my Zavar King's reputation. See, Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. The urn was placed in a box and Zavari was then sent to the warehouse. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh, interesting new tidbit. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed, you may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security is focused entirely on the entrance to the warehouse. However, look at me. Let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. It was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my car 10 days beforehand. That's the contradiction. This urn is worthless. Checkmate. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is without a doubt my calling card. Yes, Mr. Light didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atmey knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then handle secure myself to ensure that my crime will go smoothly. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. Alas, I held the urn in my hands for the first time on 1 a.m. on October 12th. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo's a fake, Dr. Atmey might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. And you take a good look at the court record. Not a lot to go on, is there? The detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Atmey stated very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. Alright. You ready, Shane?
Ready.
Right?
Give it a try. Well, yeah, give it a try.
Okay, we got that wrong. Ow, 2 HP. Urn in my hands the first time at 1 a.m.
Maybe we're thinking too far ahead.
I was unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. The urn was placed in a box. It was sent to the warehouse. I thought for sure it was be the paint.
What did the calling card say?
The calling card said, I'm coming deploying the most precious work of art and treasures. Take good care of your urn, won't you?
Speckled urn. Speckled as in paint.
So that means since I touch anything would see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So
How would he know it was speckled?
How would you know it was speckled? Mr. Atmey, if you really are Master the Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with this calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master the Mask has written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yeah, that's true. But so what? Truth be told, there's no way that Master the Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And those stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordy Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Wright. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, The urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the paint got to the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey has seen this urn long before the crime even took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Well, witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Huh. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master the Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed Cain Bullard? Let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Then Nick, he's getting a second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Cain Bullard decided to investigate Master the Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote this blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master the Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So, the victim Cain Bullard blackmailed the defendant? This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwritten letter. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Uh-oh. So that throws our theory of Luke writing it out the window. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin cross-examination. What role does Ron's wife play in this? That's what I keep wondering.
Probably nothing.
You really think it's nothing? I don't know, man. She sounds more sus the more we go.
She just likes motorcycles and spending money.
She's an innocent girl who spends a lot, huh? Okay, alright, look at me. I had no point in contact with the victim whatsoever. So far, yes, we don't have any proof. Damn it, he's getting us. And who in the world was going to prove that? I will. Oh. Huh? After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atmey and Cain Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Oh shit. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blood. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight.
What's that newspaper clipping look like? First heist guard. Gem, the precious gem from the tier of famine, priceless. Gem and the thief. I mean, that's just a photo of the two.
Okay, so the question we're trying to figure out right now is like how is there a connection between those two? Atmey and the guy that died. This picture is like the only thing we got.
Because it shows the security office.
Yeah.
Or the security.
Maybe this event. Maybe they're working together? You think that's the answer?
Possibly.
Like, what if they were working together, right? That explains this thing. That explains this list of stolen treasures, how much they're worth. Suspicious. So what if they were working together? He was stealing the stuff and then bringing it back to.
So do you think they're just? Do you think Ron is? I guess Ron is kind of an idiot, and then like security would be extra lax. So we got stolen from.
Oh, maybe maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they hired. Maybe that's why they hired. Fucking Larry, because they knew he would be a terrible security guard.
As well, and then Ron doesn't seem like a master thief.
Well, I think they did make Ron steal the stuff. I think they made Ron steal everything.
Yeah, as a cover up for
them.
Yeah.
So Ron steals it, they make money off of it, and then so it sounds like a big organization, you know?
Yep. Big inside job. But let's keep going. See.
Kane Biller decided to investigate Mascot Master and simply mistook who he was. Mistook? That's right. Mistook. From the old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. That wasn't what I meant. And just who did the victim mistake Master to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Boy, I'd love to wipe that smug look off this guy's face.
Not yet.
Not
Let's
yet.
see the other stuff.
Can't stand to hear any more of his long-winded stories. I'll hold off on pressing further for now. That's fine. Please continue testimony. Aw, I was looking forward to one of his long-winded stories. It was Mr. Buller who wrote the blackmail letter sent to Ron Delight.
And what does the black letter say now? Oh, so
It's the same one that says...
Yeah, but did it get updated? Or not that part, but
Oh shit! Something just hit me. Remember how I kept saying that this was this was for his wife? That was my theory.
Yeah.
What if this is for Luke?
Oh.
What if this letter was written for Luke from the CEO guy?
I could definitely see that because he has the red diamond.
Okay. So you mean this blackmail letter right here?
Found in Ron Delight's... Oh, what did the evidence, court records part? Found in Ron Delight's room written by Billet.
Yeah, but it could have easily been planted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mean this blackmail letter right here? It says, bring $50,000. And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's? There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere. An addressee?
Alright, yeah, the game's even telling us.
Yeah.
Probably throw the blackmail letter at that part.
Okay. This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. And Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there's no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder... What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Whoa, do you have any evidence of that? some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
I guess just, yeah, right away present it to that one on the back one.
Right here.
Yeah, blackmail letter.
Whatcha? Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmey? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Rhonda Light, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
Burn.
You want to talk? At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. What? Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Wouldn't that just be the letter again?
The red diamond. Wait, what's a news clip? Does it show a picture of? Look at me? Not the newspaper clipping I meant to say. No. The gem and the thief. Precious gem of the tear that...
The tear is a different thing. I don't think that's the red diamond.
Huh.
Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of this blackmail letter. Oh, is it this? The list of treasures? The tear, the crown.
Sculpture, artifact. The tear's the blue one.
Yeah, the tear's the blue one.
And then everything else is a sculpture or artifact.
Okay, so it's not this.
What's the base text for the newspaper clipping say?
Well, first hide.
Guarded. Rhonda.
That doesn't tell us much.
Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail. Read the blackmail letter again. You don't want to hit that. If you don't, I'll take that red.
The red diamond, but we don't have anything linking to a red diamond. Don't take that red diamond you received the other day instead. We don't have a red diamond clue. Unless it's his profile? No. Not far-fetched. So we're trying. I think, yeah, we're trying to get to the red diamond, but I don't know how we're supposed to go from here. Shows the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter.
Reread it again. Maybe it's the first part that's a bit more. You don't want your true identity revealed to the world. Come to that. Keep it secure.
Take that red diamond you received the other day instead.
You'll take it.
And he didn't take it because he got killed.
Yeah.
So wouldn't the answer just be the blackmail letter because he still has the red diamond?
No, because they're talking about it.
Contradicting evidence in the contents of the blackmail letter. Okay, let's try the newspaper because I think it's a good idea. He didn't have the red diamond at the time of the first crime, so now that he has it, that means there's a connection of how he got the red diamond. And the letter talked about the red diamond, you know?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Slam it.
Slam it! Take a good look at this newspaper clipping.
What are we taking a good look at?
Contains a picture of the Tear Eminon, the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue.
That's what we were having a problem with?
Yeah. However, The blackmailer are totally different jewels mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tier eminent that Master stole at all. And your point is, Mr. Wright? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Wright? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Jeez, everybody, right. Calm down.
I see it now, because if it was meant for Ron, it would be the blue one.
Yeah, I get what y'all trying to say, guys. Y'all just yell at me. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
This is who came below was actually blackmailing. What?
His wife. There we go.
His wife. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atmey. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring! That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullet wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Order in the court. Order, I say. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Wright. Uh-oh. I don't like the way you said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey? Are you for real? Yeah, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullet threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Oh. Atmey killed Kane Bullet because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is all it comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atmey wanted to desperately keep secret as his identity was...
a blackmailer.
The identity that Luke Atmey wanted to desperately keep secret was his identity as a blackmailer? No, he's not. He wasn't the blackmailer.
Yeah, Luke was definitely the blackmailer. He was the one telling Ron to go to these places.
The identity that Luke Atmey wanted... Maybe I'm just getting confused by this sentence. Maybe the Luke Atmey wanted to just keep secret.
That he was the one blackmailing Luke.
Oh.
Or not
okay.
Luke. No, he was the one blackmailing Ron.
Okay. Luke Atmey was a blackmailer. Hey now. Isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, you started seeing blackmailers after this incident? Yep.
Yes, that was just a few days of the Tier Emerald night. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Raw Delight was actually Master the Mask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. Well, what is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Look at Me, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Master the Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime.
Like in that newspaper clipping. Oh.
Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron Delight was Master the Mask? The newspaper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? How did you know that? This newspaper clipping has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Master the Mask did just disappear into thin air.
I have a feeling you're gonna have to save soon, Neng.
He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone ace detective. And that's when you figure it out, Mr. Atmey. That's when you learned that under his mask, Master the Mask was really Ron Delight. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Master the Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself as an ace detective. We wasted so much time in the other court for nothing. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Master the Mask. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? How dare you even dare imply that I could never fall so to Louis this? Why not try to do something with those big mouths of yours? You're real fools. I say, how you can even compare with my genius? You're all just jealous. So good. Disagree me. Commemorate me. This is not that great. It's still can I handle blackmail murder threats? So here we call it. It's enough to make one laugh. You would see, we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atmey. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. Huh? But that's my job. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Wright. What are you? It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lord E. Taylor's the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he was the one who killed Mr. Bullet. But there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round.
Save, Neng.
And also, we're gonna save. Alright. This is the final round. We gotta prove that Atmey was at Mr. Bullet's office on that night. But, can you really prove that? That's long enough. Mr. Wright, I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atmey was at KB Security, and the defense... Can we prove it?
Can't prove it.
You can't prove it, huh? I had this Ron's wallet.
All we have is that he wasn't at Lord Lee Taylor's.
Yeah.
But time for final showdown shenanigans.
Yeah, we got nothing, huh? Buzz went off once. We got nothing. Yeah, we got nothing. That night, Luke Atmey was at KB Security. The defense can't prove it, right?
Yep.
I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Adams' testimony, unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey's here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Master the Mask. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Master the Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence, and by then it'll be too late. Huh? But why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, the defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. I'm surprised it took us 3 games to bring up double jeopardy. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Master the Mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Buller is concerned. No way. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Buller's murderer. What? The end.
Game over.
Now, there's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even Ron is proclaimed to be innocent. The real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there's no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Yum.
Yep.
And I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey.
Objection. Objection? Oh?
Huh? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia, you're here to bail me out again. This is the true power of the crane channeling technique. I know that's really Maya who's standing before me. But right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What? What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
When he went on his rant?
Yeah, we're not listening to love wins on the end after all.
Okay.
And these detectives, well, Master of the Mask, my verdict will verify that. Shows Ron delights to verify he is the true murderer. Declared that with my full force of my apes detectiveness. Yeah, but these comments seem to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witnesses have made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nothing.
This would just be my 18th cup.
Oh, sir lawyer, looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods would do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. But, Mr. Godot, what are you? Very well then, Mr. Luke Atmey. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear what you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Why are you calling this 18-year-old girl your chief? Phoenix, you're weird.
Weirdo.
Indeed, it is true that I was not a Lordy Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-starred mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel.
My god, he just completely fucked himself.
Zavardi, therefore all my evidence points to that poor boy.
You know which statement it was?
My guess is how would he get into the room without the keycard? That's my guess.
Mine is, how would he know he was dressed as Master Damask when no one else did?
That too, yes. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over the documents. It's elementary, sir, lawyer. Grr. Are you gonna make even more trouble for us now, sir lawyer? I will not allow any of your useful shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke's Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. You better touch that save button right now. Save.
Yeah, I think you only can press one thing.
It's okay, we already know what to press. Hang on, Sam, just one chance. Huh. It seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't even evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. Well, what do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17. The last cup. Oh no. It seems that the time has come to put an end to this trial. This dude drank 17 cups of coffee in like a 4-hour period.
Crazy.
To find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Alright. Indeed, it's true that I was not a lawyer to this one. All on the line.
Yada yada yada.
They really went all out on this last chance because he had like 10 things to say.
Yep.
And nobody stayed beforehand has poker ready. But Dutch informed me that a crew cover was from the light. Thanks to a key card and wallet. Oh yeah, I was going off the theory that how did you get into the main room without the key card, right? But your theory was even better. I was able to make a deduction buzzer only sounded once, but I didn't have a fingerprint. Why? Victim would have left prints sound, which means the killer sounded. Slice wears mastermind uniform, which means they left no prints. We gotcha, boy. Shane found you out. Mr. Atmey, about this last remark. Objection. You still don't get it, do you, Wright? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. We didn't. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atmey, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmey? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his masked Star-to-Mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions were absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Ooh, got him. I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Master the Mask when we went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Well, definitely mentioned before. So I never had a chance to mention up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know that those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atmey? There is no way they should know about that. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Master of the Mask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well... Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And there's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master of the Mask uniform outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atmey to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. I entered the office, there was a suspicious shower there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atmey. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
What a turnabout.
Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer has also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. What? Detective Atmey, you saw Master of the Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed King Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. An earthquake? Oh my God.
He's powering up. He's powering up.
He's getting up. You figured me out. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind this time. We got him. What an awfully complicated incident. King Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atmey tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Master of the Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. I think that's you, Shane.
What, excuse me?
I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer.
Don't ignore me.
Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be?
About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder. You're innocent, my boy. You're free.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but... I really am Master of the Mask.
Master of the Mask.
You're never gonna let
cut
this
me
go,
off.
are you, Ron? Huh?
So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? Is that what you said? Double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? Well, what do you think, Mia? As the defense says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Is this him? Is this Ron?
Ron's a fucking genius.
He's like, you can't charge me for being the thief because I was already proven innocent yesterday. Damn, that's some 4D chess, Ron. Damn. Then, Master the Mask is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now?
Till I steal again.
Now then, this court finds the defendant. Whoa, you did it, Ron. Whoa, confetti. Taste that W. It's been so long since we've tasted that.
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, This isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I'm still a Master Artemis after all.
We did it, Ron. We got you off the hook. You did, Phoenix.
We got him off the hook for a crime he actually did commit too.
Yes. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korean Challenge School? Become the master means saying goodbye to her mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. I thought she was gonna like shrink like Mario.
Yep, makes a Mario noise.
Mia.
Mr. Wright?
Hey, Ron, how's it feel to commit a crime and get away with it, huh? Not much people get to say that.
Really, really good. I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. Delight.
Thank you very much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all this has happened.
Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Artemis to boot.
But in exchange, I lost everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
Stealing security information from K-Base Security, becoming Master Artemis. I did it all for one reason. For her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became Master the Mask.
Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together.
That's not true, right, Nick? Right.
Really? We can get back to the way things were?
It'll be fine. And Nick can prove it. I can. I wish you would check with me first. It's like, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together.
The jar.
This shitty jar. Look at that.
Look at this.
The sacred urn. Desiree was the one who found this.
Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything to do with me, do you?
Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what's going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master the Mask either. Mr. Light, what are you gonna do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? I'm gonna murder him because I hate criminals. Takes out a knife.
Sneak criminal. Step.
How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast.
Wait.
So fast that there'll be no way you could ever get away.
Wait.
But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I don't hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them. Like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew it was right about you. Every day I spent with you is filled with thrills and excitement.
Desiree.
Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yeah? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Oh, I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations! I'm back! Huh? Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you, with another man's wife in front of Mr. Maya? I'll never forgive you, never, ever. Punch!
Punch right in the throat.
So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said, a broken bowl can never be put back together.
What about a broken sternum?
But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Wow.
There's an ominous mist coming out of there.
Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. This broken vase storyline expanded over 2 games, Shane.
The way it should.
Look at this vase put back together. Also, Desiree definitely low-key dropped a threat towards Ron towards the end. Yeah, he can't get away. I'll always find him no matter what.
I thought it was a bit more of like, oh, if he needs a getaway.
Oh. I thought it meant like he can't get away.
Oh.
What is this episode picture? Maya Maid?
Maya Maid.
Brand new episode's been added. Wow. I see someone with a Vegeta power scouter. What is that?
Oh god.
Yeah, it's gonna be some. This is gonna be an anime episode, isn't it? Alright.